Well, look who it is, my growth peeps. I'm so glad to be here with you today. We're going to talk about a pretty interesting topic. I'm going to get you thinking about it. Which people in your life do you often compare yourself to? Stop and think for a minute. Who do you often compare yourself to? I'm Sage, and I'm a growth coach, and today we're talking about this topic. Stop comparing yourself to others. I think we do it as humans, right? And I'm going to talk to you about why we need to stop doing that. So, why it's bad to compare. So, first, differences are actually a good thing. Regardless of how our society has groomed us, often those that are making us feel like we should compare ourselves are doing that so they can make a big fat paycheck off of us. So we buy the weight loss supplements, so we buy the, expensive face creams, so we dye our hair a certain color, so that we buy the expensive outfit. They want you to think that you need to be better and compare yourself to this person so that you'll spend money and they can buy another private jet. Okay, so think about it that way. Also, another reason it's bad to compare is we never actually know everything about a person. Maybe you're jealous of a person because they're super skinny. But really, what you don't know is that they have an eating disorder because their husband verbally abuses them anytime they gain a pound. Okay? And they would love to not starve themselves. You don't know that. You don't know. We don't know. Even the people closest to us, we don't really know everything about a person. So why would we want to compare? And then the third reason why we shouldn't compare, it feeds this lack culture. Like, oh, I gotta get that, because there's only so many. Untrue. There is actually enough for everyone. Not everybody wants to wear the same shirt. Not everybody wants to have the same hair. Not everybody wants to be the same size. So there's plenty to go around. Here's a quote. The fastest way to kill something special is to compare it to something else. Unknown. So when comparing yourself to somebody else, do you think maybe you are only choosing to see the parts you like and maybe you don't know the whole picture or the whole story? Where do you think your insecurities come from? I think we're all insecure to some degree. Maybe it's 5%, maybe it's 75%. Unless, of course, maybe you're a narcissist, and I don't think they're insecure. But where do your insecurities come from? So today I'm going to give you 3 ways to stop comparing and actually celebrate differences. Now, the first one is be willing to fail, or to not be good at something, or to not look a certain way. The people who appear to be good at everything are often the people who never push themselves out of their comfort zone. They stay in this nice little safe bubble, and they've got that mastered. Well, good for them. You know how boring that is? If I just keep living, I'm 45 right now. If I keep living exactly like I am today for another 40 years, I will die of boredom. I'm hoping to be a much more grown and giving and caring and compassionate and helpful and loving person every year I'm on this planet. So don't compare yourself to the people that are like, they seem perfect. Nobody's perfect, okay? You don't want to be perfect. Number 2, catch yourself when you're about to judge yourself, then ask where it comes from. Did your mom always say something about having a fat butt? Did your old boyfriend always comment on your arms? Acknowledge that that is an insecurity of somebody else. Okay? The people who are saying those things, that's their own insecurity. That has nothing to do with you. So acknowledge that. Dig it out of that subconscious, acknowledge it, and then release it. See you later. The third way to stop comparing is compliment others on their differences. I see people all the time, and I work with a lot of teenage year people, and maybe they'll dye their hair teal. Well, maybe or maybe I wouldn't want to dye my hair teal. Doesn't matter. It's not my hair. But does it make me excited when somebody does something that makes them feel better? Heck yeah. So you know what I'm going to say? Oh, love the hair. That's gorgeous. It's about the feeling for them is what you're complimenting, not that you want it or need it. Okay? Keep that in mind. If it's bringing them joy, compliment it. Celebrate their differences. That's such an awesome thing to do. So circling around, stop comparing yourself to others. And what tip can you use right now to actually stop comparing and start celebrating? Thanks for joining me today. I'm Sage. I'm a growth coach, and you can find me at Sage Robinson Miller on YouTube. Love ya.